and certainly Europe has been making more investments on defense. Now that we're talking about NATO membership, the war in Ukraine is entering its second year, and just this week the head of NATO said that it's only a matter of time before Ukraine joins the alliance. I want to ask you if the administration has evolved on its thinking about fast-tracking Ukraine's NATO membership, and also what can we expect from that conflict with U.S. aid in doubt because of the process in Congress, and also European support proving insufficient?
Well, the truth is, first of all, when it comes to supporting Ukraine, what you've seen over the last 2 years since Russia attacked Ukraine in February of 2022 is now more than 50 countries coming together to support it, to help it defend itself, to make sure that it could repel the Russian aggression and stand strongly on its own 2 feet. And when it comes to what we call burden sharing, that is everyone carrying their weight in doing this, this is the best example of that I've ever seen in the more than 30 years that I've been doing this kind of work. Yes, the United States has provided a lot for Ukraine's defense, but Europe and our other partners have provided even more. We've provided about $75 billion or so. Our other partners, more than $100 billion. So this is equally shared, and here's the reason for it, and I think this is important. You know, when the Russians attacked Ukraine, of course, I think people felt on a human level and on a moral level, this is not right. We shouldn't let this pass. But there was also a recognition by countries around the world that if we let the Russians do this with impunity, without doing anything, then it might be Ukraine today, their country tomorrow, and not just in Europe, in many other places around the world. If you let a would-be aggressor see that aggression doesn't go unpunished, then you open a Pandora's box, and others may follow suit. So that's why so many countries have been so intent in defending Ukraine. It's both because it's the right thing to do, but it's also the smart and necessary thing to do to make sure that all of us are defended, and we're deterring any would-be aggressors who might be out there lurking anywhere. So I think there's an enduring commitment, and it's not just from the United States, it's from dozens of countries around the world, and that commitment is to make sure that Ukraine has what it needs, militarily, economically, and also democratically, so that it builds a strong democracy. I think it's imperative that Congress provide the additional assistance that President Biden has requested. And by the way, think about this. Of the assistance that we're requesting for Ukraine, about $60 billion additional dollars, almost all of that will actually get spent in the United States to produce, to build the equipment that will then be sending to Ukraine. So that means investment in American industry. It means jobs in the United States. This is a win-win. It's a win for us, but it's also necessary to make sure we have a win for Ukraine.